My volume's full up. All right. And no underneath this screen.
Do you know how to get funds on your stock card?
Go to the enrollment center, they'll tell you how. Where was I going from here? Oh yeah, in here. That's right, we're doing a review, so I need the material for this. This is test 2, so let's do. Did I ever put anything in there yet? Okay, got them. All right, fine. I think last time we grabbed one of these seemed to be all right, I guess. All right, so like we usually do, because time is always a big deal. If there are problems, Courtney, can you hear me? I don't know if I hope I'm not on mute. Courtney, can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. All right, as usual, because I don't have enough time probably to do all the problems. If there's any problems you think I should skip and come back to if we have time, I'll do that. So usually this question is one students do very well on. Do you want me to do this one? Either one of you? All right. This is the least of the problems in here. Oh yeah, let me go ahead and start this. So we'll.
Are we gonna have graph paper?
Possibly, well, it'll be on, I mean, yeah, you'll need it if you want to do some of the problems that we're going to do, but the graph paper, any graphs will be on the test itself.
Okay.
We'll see what format I'm going to need. We'll go there. So what I'll do here, any formulas that you're going to need, I'll mention them while we do this. Now you could, there's a couple ways you could do this. You could do it one by, let me move this down. Guess it's not moving.
Was M supposed to be in and plug for Y?
Well, we just put the M part. That's all we want in this problem. So the slope is simply asking for M. That's all.
But couldn't you do it by Y? Was that M supposed to be?
You can, yes, you can do it that way. But you're gonna want to. What I want to do. Yeah, just the slope, just the slope. So what we're trying to do is find M. Okay, right here is all you're asked to find, that's the letter M. So you don't need to find a B or anything. Okay, we don't need to go that far on these problems. Remember, there's one formula that goes like this.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Write that down.
Keep in mind, this Y part up here is the change in the height. And this X part in the bottom is the change in the X's. I don't want to see, I'm gonna get this camera case. So use that formula, see if you can get these using that formula.
Do A.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Hi there. I'm not leaving you. Trying to get this. There we go. Was more desirable. We're doing the first problem from an old test. Today's review, you know, that Today is review, Thursday is the test, your second test.
You have one for the first one?
-1.
Negative, well, let's see, and might not be doing it in my head correctly, so.
I do.
So when you do the first,
Yeah.
a lot of students do this business. They'll put the little things here so they remind you of which is which, like so. That way you know what to plug into where in the formula.
Yeah. But I did X2 the first one, and then
So let's do, it doesn't matter actually, it won't. So I can do it either, as long as these stay twos and these stay ones or vice versa.
Yeah,
You just
I
can't
do that.
have ones and twos, that's when you're gonna screw up. So for the y's then, I'm gonna have, yeah, it's probably -1, 2 minus -2.
it's negative.
And in
No,
the
that-
denominator, we have -2 minus 2, so I think you're gonna be right.
Yeah.
So in the numerator, I get +4. And in the denominator, I get -4. If you were to leave your answer like that, it's actually not wrong.
Okay.
It is not wrong, but it will be, does it say you have to, no, it doesn't know you have to simplify, so you're not required to do this last particular step. You see what's going on?
Should I try the second one?
So that's,
2 minus -2,
so that's,
2 plus 2.
yeah, that's changes.
Right, that
Each change, right?
Well, let's see what you write before, I didn't quite understand what you mean by that.
Okay, so I can wrote,
Both of those cancel for 1 plus sign,
right, so that's
2 plus 2.
1, 2, plus 2. So it's like the key change. Instead of negative.
No, get rid of both of those negatives, they cancel each other out.
Goes to. So, and you got -2 minus 2. What do you do?
Negative, that's right, right, exactly. Right. So watch, I'm gonna do it opposite this time. Okay. I'm gonna start, that will be my y2. This will be my x2. In this case, it doesn't matter, because you end up with this scenario. You know what that is?
Undefined.
It's undefined. Think about those points. Just so for you to understand what undefined means. If I look at those 2 points that are given, at 6, 3, and 6, negative, we gave you these 2 points. What kind of a line would go through 2 points like that? A vertical line. So that's why it's undefined. Do you remember what horizontal line means? What the slope of a horizontal line is?
Whatever the number of lines.
Zero. It's 0. Horizontal line is 0. Undefined for vertical line,
Okay.
0 for horizontal lines. Those are the extreme cases. They don't happen a lot, but you have to have ways of handling them. So bear in mind every time what you're asked to be finding. This test is for students. This is the worst one usually, because there's a lot of stuff in here, a lot of concepts. And it's not so computational as it was before. It's almost like a little bit theoretical. Let's pop back over to here and see what our next test question is. Now, a question like this, I ask you, do I need to do problem 3? So anybody can weigh in on this. Should I do, so all you're trying to do is find the slope and the y-intercept. It's easy to get slow. What do you get for the slope on part A?
-2/3.
Right, -2/3. We understand that the slope, the intercept form of the line is given in part A. So, oh wait, I should copy this then.
Is B the line intercept?
It does have an, let me, I'll work with B and I'll show you. B is a horizontal line. So if we look, the first one is given as mx plus b, right? So what's in part A, let's do the easy one first. What's the slope in the y-intercept in part A?
The slope is negative 2/3.
The slope is negative 2/3, that's right. You find that right before the x. The slope is negative 2/3. And the y-intercept is what?
Is it -4?
Negative 4.
Yeah.
Or your book allows you to say -4, and I'm not going to argue with it. As long as you know where that thing is at on the graph, I don't care. Next, this one's a little bit different. Now what you try to do is make it into a y equals mx plus b. There's no x there, is there?
No.
I'm gonna make an x appear by doing this. Is that the exact same thing?
Yeah.
So what's the slope?
It's 0 or undefined.
No, 0. The number in front of x. Yes. And the y-intercept?
-1?
Yep. See, this is different now because you're dealing with something that's a variable quantity. You're in algebra now, so it's not as computational. The ideas are a little heavier than they have been before, probably.
Wait. So y equals 0.
Look at what I wrote for the second equation. Y equals 0 times x minus 1. He's trying to figure out the slope, and it's not obvious in the format it's given. You understand? So I forced that 0x in there to help me along the line. Now, one thing you can do is simply memorize horizontal and vertical lines as being different and live with it that way. So instead of trying to, how do I want to say it? Instead of trying to wrap your mind about some of the things I'm doing there like that, you can, some things it's easier if you just memorize them and live with that. So what I'm saying here is a horizontal line. Can you tell me what a horizontal line, the equation for one looks like? What would
Y equals a number.
y equals some sort of a number? And a horizontal line goes like this. And what's the slope of that line? 0. This is 0 because it has no height. Now, a vertical line, what's the equation of a vertical line look like? X equals some number. That goes like this. And what did I say about the vertical? Or the horizontal? Oh, what's the slope of a vertical line?
Y.
It has no slope. It's undefined. So the vertical line is an undefined line. Another way you can think of it, do you remember lines are perpendicular if one is slope m and the other is slope -1/m? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
Well, take that with 0. Suppose the slope is 0. If you take -1/0, that's an undefined quantity. Understand? They belong together since they're perpendicular to each other. So that, but that's why they're kind of the unusual cases. So my guess is the best thing for you is to just memorize that they're separate and keep that in mind. Just keep in mind which one's horizontal and which one's vertical. I think you should be okay there. Moving on. Graphing. Do we want to try some graphings?
Yeah.
Obviously, because you're going to have, look, it's 20 credits. Graphing is obviously going to take a lot in this course. There's 50 points, 60. Wait, I'm counting wrong. Sorry. That's 20, 30, 40 points in graphing.
The graphing's easy.
Well, I hope that's true. I hope that really is.
1/3.
Oh, look at this. Look at this. See this? We just did that one, didn't we? So well, let's do this one first. That's right. There's a horizontal line right through -1. We'll do that in a minute. Let me do this one here, or you guys can try this. Make sure you can get it. All right, so here's what I want you to graph. You've got the slope and the y-intercept. Do you got graph paper, you guys? You don't have graph paper? You have a straight edge?
No.
You don't have a straight edge? Oh my God. Bad boy still. You go around without a straight edge and a graph paper, how do you do that? So give it a shot, take a few minutes. This one is, obviously, the first one that I'm throwing you is, it should be the easiest one. Mhm.
What the heck did I do?
Do you remember where to start?
Start in the middle. So, from the top number, so I should go up to,
No. Where's your starting point? What point do you start the graph at? Not in the center.
-5, -2.
No. This guy right here is the y-intercept. So what do you do? Where do you put your first dot?
Type that by.
So from the start from the center of the graph. Tell me how you put your first point then.
Okay, I'm in the middle.
Uh-huh.
Count to 5.
Right.
Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Now put your dot.
Down.
That's your starting place.
That's my starting place. Now, I gotta get to 2.
That's your slope. That tells you how to go from your starting point.
Okay, so coming down to,
Uh-huh.
that's it, 3. Going over 5.
No, always to the right. Mhm. The negative is determined by going up or down.
But negative, okay, the positive.
It might be.
I thought the positive was up. And
It is positive is up.
Mhm.
Negative is down. So when you look at this M here, I would think of it as -2 over +5. This is 2 down over 5 right.
Okay. But that takes me to 6.
I don't know what you mean by that.
I mean, I counted over.
You
said I started at 5.
you put it down at 5,
I put it down at 5.
and then you go down 1, 2,
2.
and then you go to the right 5.
2, 3, 4, 5.
My dot is put here. So my location of my dot is 5, 3. And continue putting those dots in. So to cap, we started at 5. Let me go ahead and put my dots and everything in. I think I need to get out of this to have access to all that. I think I usually, what do I do, bold? Yes, I do. I remember now. Been so long since we've been here, I forgot how to do the dots. All right, so come back here. We have a dot here at 0, 5. Then I have a dot here at 5, 3, and then you continue as many as you need. Down 2 to the right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reverse yourself. Up 2 to the left, 5, 3, 4, 5. As many as you feel like you need. I'll go ahead and connect them. Did not do that. It's hard for me to get them to stay in there. Kind of a weird. You okay with that? You guys good? Does your graph look like that?
I just then go on the left side because my graph's a lot smaller.
Okay,
So we have to draw the line. Just don't do the 2 dots. We have to draw the line.
absolutely. And then I want you to use a straight edge. I won't give you credit if you don't use a straight edge. So I want precision when you do these. Where does I go next? Oh, okay.
You can just do 2 points, though, can't you?
2 points is technically all you need
Yeah.
to make it work.
You
Yeah.
just might mess it up that way.
The third point helps you see that they're all lined up.
Yeah.
But there is a saying, 2 points determine a line. There is, that phrase exists. I'm not going to spend much time on this one. I just want to get it over with because like I said, I think it's better if you just memorize what kind of a line this is. This is horizontal, right? Where is it going to cross the y-axis at? Put my first dot down here. I mean, this is the y-intercept, -1. So I can put a dot here. And since it's a horizontal line, the rest is easy. Might be kind of hard to see because of the graph, but hopefully you can see it. There's my line. So just a horizontal line, keep that in mind. If you're given x equals a number, what kind of a line it's going to be? So they're, technically speaking, they're the easiest of them all.
Yeah.
I think the mathematical term for them is like degenerate cases.
Why?
Because anytime you have anything go to infinity, like 1/0, that's when they call it a degenerate case. And vertical and horizontal are linked to each other by being perpendicular to each other. What do you do in cases like this?
You solve for y?
That's right. But here you get y by itself and it will automatically be in slope intercept form. All you got to do is get y by itself. I don't know why I opened that up. I did not intend to do that.
My method of these is the negative.
Mm-hmm.
This will call the standard form.
Yeah, it has its uses, just not a lot of uses in this course.
So we need to get the Wi-Fi set on the side of this one.
That's right.
Are you somebody's cars probably over here?
Are you talking to me? Courtney?
No, that's my background. I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm gonna put up the slope intercept form. This is where you wanna be, if you wanna graph it, they wanna see it. But to get Y by itself, this is what I got from my answer. Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
Subtract right from both sides, though, do it to both sides. Right, this, I especially recommend you be very slow when you do this part of it.
Yeah.
Because if you mess this up, the whole thing's done. Now, I can't combine the 3x and the 15, so they just kind of happen. Live like this for a minute before I finish this. Now what do I gotta do next? Add what? No, I want Y by itself. What do I gotta do to make Y by itself? That's -5 times Y. So I want to divide by -5. That way these cancel. Now, when you break this up, break it into two fractions, I'll have -3x over -5 plus 15 over -5. So the one that I really want, the form that I really want, notice that the negatives cancel on the 3/5. So we get 3/5 x minus 3. Once it's in that form, you can start graphing it. So let me go and start putting down points. Let me come over here. If I start in the center of this thing here, how should I put my first point? Anybody can answer if they like.
You can just go down 3.
Go down 3. 1, 2, 3. Put my dot, there it is. Okay, then, now that I have that dot, how should I proceed from there? So this is the guy you're looking at now. Go up 3, and then what? To the right 5. Remember, you're always going to the right when you're dealing with this thing. Up 3, and to the right 5. And I'll do a safety point back here. Down 3, to the left 5. That's enough for me, I think. Let's get our thing in there. So when I graph, I generally look at your, oh, I gotta make that smaller. I generally look at your, where it's crossing the X and Y axes and things like that. It's able, that's how I'm easily able to tell. Let's see. Try that one instead. Is there any questions about this? Are you guys all right? The next problem is just like it, so I'm not going to do it. considering how much time we don't have. This is where you were talking about. This is exactly the problem that you mentioned earlier, and you didn't, I don't think you realized that that's what you were talking about. Now pay attention to what the answer is that it's asking you to put down. What format should your answer look like it is in?
Should be um, y minus y1.
No, that doesn't have anything to do with this problem.
Why something's supposed to be?
That's the type of answer you want. Notice what it's asking you.
10 seconds for this one?
Of course, it's a difficult one. This is write an equation in slope-intercept form.
Okay, I see.
So write an equation in slope-intercept form for this line. So we want, that means it's going to look like this. So your job is to determine what the value of M is and what the value of B is. Now, they didn't give you B and they didn't give you M. So how can you use this information to figure out what they are?
Actually, sorry, I'm wrong. They didn't give them, didn't they?
Absolutely. I think they would be, that's the slope.
Right, so
Yeah.
y equals mx plus b. So here, right here, we have our M. So we have y equals 4/3 x
Plus B.
plus b. Now, how do I determine what
Can
b
you
is?
just put 8 and 9 in there?
That's right, because think about it right now. So far, I've only used one piece of information that was given. That means other piece of information needs to be used at some point. So for the other one, this will be our point that we plug in. So this is our x and our y's. I'm going to replace y with 9. And I'll replace x with 8.
So now we solve for B.
This right side will be 32 over 3. Let's see if you can hang with what I'm going to do here.
Gotcha.
I figured I'm gonna need a 3 anyways.
So then you subtract the 32 thirds.
Mhm. Well, it's out of, right, subtract 32 over 3 from both sides.
That'd be 5 thirds?
Negative 5.
Negative 5 thirds, sorry. That's what I always mess up those negatives. Why?
Oh, I have my pencil. It was X them out. So then I have everything I need to know now. I now have,
You did.
finish it off here. I have B is
You did change the 3 to a 5.
You have to say that, it's supposed to be, you got 5s now. It's supposed to be 3.
Okay.
Thanks.
I can't even tell you what went through my brain when I wrote that, so.
I'm
Well,
already
you were thinking
confused.
because it's negative 5.
I'm already confused if you're doing that.
All right, let's put them in there, 3s. Okay, now you got our B equals negative 5 thirds. So what's our final answer? Remember, your answer has to look like this up here.
So you got, okay.
Do we just fill the whole thing?
Yeah. Y equals what? I'm ready for you to tell me.
Still 4 thirds.
4 thirds, right? Just giving you out, right?
X plus,
Negative 5 over 3.
And minus 1 thirds of work.
yeah, that one's gonna be the hardest one.
No.
No? No. Okay. All right, well, I'm ready.
It's so ridiculous. I don't want to make it seem, it's not horrible, people do fine, it's, we've got this then. The inequality, yeah, we got time for that.
And we should, yeah.
It's a shade, right, the inequality requires shading and possibly the dashing of lines. Do you remember this?
Yeah,
Possibly shading and dashing of
it's
lines.
dashing for this one. Because
Right, because it's a strict, what they call a strict inequality. So whenever you have that strict inequality, it's a dashed line.
It's already in white, was I'm not supposed to,
Mhm.
well, white is less than, or more than,
Yeah, it's not a hard problem, actually. It's,
it was easier than the last one though, for me. Oh, okay, it's just graphing too.
the hardest part for me is to remember not to solid the line. I get too engulfed and I forget what I'm supposed to be doing. So get your line in. The line shouldn't be hard to graph, I hope. We have my dot mechanism available. Tell me, where should I put my first dot for this thing?
31, 0, 3, 0.
0, 3,
0,
actually.
3, yeah.
So we go up 1, 2, 3. Are we okay with this? Or is everybody good with this dot here?
Yeah.
Okay, now, well, where do I put my next dot?
Right 1, down 5.
So I usually say down 5 and then right 1, but I don't care. That's fine. As long as you told me correctly. So right 1, down 5, I think we'll end here. Mhm. I'll do another one for safety. Right 1, down to -7. And I'll put one on this side too, just to fill it in. Now I have to do mine in a 2-step phase. I can't, it won't draw a dashed line. I don't know if I haven't never
You
checked.
had to do the, like,
I know I did this, but I'm thinking, do they have a dashed option? Well, this is not the place to figure it out, obviously. Oh, I didn't actually check it. All right, let me have this. Get in there, get on there. I was a little disappointed in that up there.
So when you went to the 3,
Hmm?
you came down 1.
No, I didn't go down 1. Went down 5. And to the right 1. This 5 is like -5/1. So you might want to think, yeah, that might be necessary for you to think of it that way. Let me have for this thing here. I'm not happy with this line. Tip. I'm not be able to fix this thing. No.
Okay, you went up to 3.
Mhm.
Okay, you started with 3,
This is the Y intercept.
okay. Then you counted down to,
Down 5, right 1, because it's -5/1. It's because
5,
it's 5. Yeah,
down 5, over 1.
yeah.
Down 5 to the right 1. Still a little bit off. I'm giving up on that thing. All right. So then I need to, that's right, I forgot. I need to shade it, not shade it. I need to dash it. See, there's a thing that I can do. I can change it to a drawing like so. And then I can erase pieces of it. And there's one last piece of information you need. What does this little greater than tell you about the shading
The shade.
Shade that top.
above? That's right. Shade above. So it tells you 2 things, actually. It takes you shading above it, and that's sort of to the right here, but the Y is still gonna tell you. So we're gonna shade above. That's what the greater than means. Let's make sure that
Shade above. And
So-
also a dashed line.
If y is greater than its shade above, and if it's less than its shade below.
That's right. The only thing that'll get you is a vertical line, and that's a different scenario that will have when the X is involved.
Okay.
That means we're gonna shade above that's up here. So just indicate some way or another, the shading that you use. Doesn't have to be anything fancy. Anything will be fine. We good there? Good. All right, moving on. This, I always thought this would be a not hard question. I thought, because it's so visual, but students have taught me otherwise. They've proven to me otherwise, that it's not as easy as I thought. Let's grab that much of it.
That's what your answer saying, you got a lot of lines going through, because this is one of your old tests I looked at the other day. and
Mhm.
it's like you had a
You
lot
can
of
do it
lines.
that way, you can do it, there's so many ways to do it. I tried to be as ridiculously explanatory as I can.
I think you had about like 3 different lines in that photo.
So there's all sorts of things you can do here. Anybody can tell me what the M is?
Rise over run. So
Rise, yeah,
Over 6.
look, exactly what he's saying here.
So 1/3.
So start with the left point. Start with this left point over here, okay? To get from this point, this E to D, I need to go up 2 units, correct? Up 2, and then what do I need to do?
Right 6.
Right 6.
Do we have to simplify here, or does it not?
It didn't say you have to, so yeah. Up 2 means positive, right 6. So we could write 2, 6, that would be exactly according to that picture, or if you want. You're not required to simplify.
The equation of a line in slope intercept form. So
It's an equation of a line in slope intercept form.
we get to plug in.
So we have, right now, we know that y equals 1/3 x plus b. So I don't know b, that's what I need to know yet.
Okay, but B is not there.
I can plug in one of the points.
Okay.
Right, the B is not a good B, is it? No. That, you're not gonna be able to tell that B from the graph. It's probably, if I had to guess, it's gonna end up being like 5/3, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
But I don't know that by the graph. I have to use one of these points. Tell me which would be the easier point to plug in.
You could -5, 0?
Yeah, anything that has a 0 is easier to plug in.
Yeah.
So this point here is -5, 0. That means when x is replaced with -5, y will be replaced with 0. So the equation of my line, I'll plug it in, 0 will equal 1/3 times -5 plus b. Or 0 equals -5/3 plus b. Can you tell me what the value of b is now?
Oh, you said it.
But if I solve for b, what do I do?
You add 5/3 to those sides.
That's right, I haven't finished this off yet. Exactly right, so you know what I said.
Yeah.
I've been doing it a while, so I had an idea. Put my plus 5/3. Plus 5/3. That number 5/3 equals. All right, so I can put my answer in finally. Y equals 1/3 x is 5/3. This picture though can't help you. If you get a number that was say negative for the b, obviously you're wrong. You understand what I'm saying? You let the graph, I mean, your answer should make sense according to the graph.
Yeah.
Now, if you need extra video, remember my videos start. And in the section on lines, remember that?
Yeah, I mean,
So-
I'll get this on YouTube.
Go look at them. All right, let's pop over to the next one.
This one should be simple. I'm not exact, some of them, I do get like quite confused as when I don't think, I didn't quite grab that one all the way. This, you're just asked to graph the line and given a point and a slope. That's all you're doing. I hope it's easy. This is just like the other ones you're doing, except you're going to have a different starting point. You understand me? Where's my six? No, 3-2 is not, that is not anything. Where's my starting point?
6. 6.
No, that's not enough. 6 what?
Negative.
Right, so put your dot, your starting dot is at 6, -4. So if I want my starting dot, how do I get there from center?
6.
So we're gonna go, no, you got it. The first one is left or right.
Jackson High.
Or right 6.
Okay, then what?
Down 4.
That's where I put my initial dot. Now, how do I get dots from there?
Rise over my.
That's this cat right here. It says go up 3 units and to the right 2. So that's what I'll put my next dot. 1, 2, 3, and then to the right 2. I think I can squeeze another one of these dots up in here. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Yeah, I bet you I can reverse myself a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Well, you don't get to widen. Well,
Yeah, I'm not gonna get it.
I mean, you know, it's negative 12. So
That doesn't matter. And all I asked you to do
it's
was,
graphing.
yeah, you're just graphing it anyway, so there's nothing. You don't have to get the y-intercept or any of that stuff. Let me change the size of my ink. And put y.
Overwrite down to -4. So you did 4, you 2, 1.
I'm not sure what you're asking me. After I,
6.
that means I went to the right 6, down 4. So far, so good.
Right.
And then from there, you start putting in, so you put that point down. And then you use the slope to get your other points. So if you're at this point here, starting point, where do you go to put another point down? How do you move?
3
3 what?
up.
Up?
4
2 to the right. Mhm. Oh, there it is. So that's just, it's no different than the slope intercept problems where you start at the y-axis. It's just starting at a different point. That's all it is. These are the ones, the worst ones, right here,
Oh, it's parallel.
parallel and perpendicular. So
So the,
there's an understanding of both parts. So this is the one that is, what else is it? That's the last one. Okay, hey, we got through the whole thing maybe. Well, we'll see how long this thing takes.
parallel, all you do is, oh, yeah, okay.
Well, go ahead and try, take a few minutes and we'll try from there.
Are we allowed to use graph to do it?
If you want to, you can draw a graph. There's no problem with it.
Because I know, well, I won't.
The only problem with the graph is you'll have to try to draw something that's 90 degrees. And you don't have the equipment to do that.
Well, yeah, but then it's just, isn't it just flipped?
This, right, now computationally, it's simple. But I'm saying if you were to graph it to try to get a line that's perpendicular, that would be difficult.
Because the y-intercept isn't the same?
Correct.
Okay. Parallel's easy though.
I hope it is. Like I said, I have such high hopes for this problem every time and
Now, what formula is this?
there's no real formula at all. I mean, y equals mx plus b comes into play.
Oh. Nice.
I think got him.
I think I- What are you doing right now? Oh my God. Okay, what is, so we write with this?
Hmm.
Okay.
That's not an operate.
Which problem part are you doing? Okay. So it's pointing up. But you do not know that. So all you can write on is this. Why? Y equals x plus b, but you know what behind this is 1/2. Reason. You can do that. Yeah, this will work. Yeah, go ahead, continue. Just do this method then. If you're comfortable with that, go ahead and do that method.
You got the second part?
Yeah. Isn't it, you do the reverse?
Flip the slope again.
Where you, it was 1/2 and then perpendicular, so you flipped it right to 2.
Negatives.
Oh,
Negatives.
negative, okay, okay.
Okay, cool. Do you have any questions you haven't had answered? Okay, you're free to go. I'll work with you.
Okay.
Thank you. Sure. Okay. Great. We had 5 here, why don't you do
It's just a hand line.
Put Y-5 again. All you actually do, why did you put that double negative like that? It was 1.5 times that.
Mine is
1.5.
So guys, you to go. Minus 1.
1.5 times 1 is what?
Is 2.
1.5 times 1.
Okay, what I'm going to put. The negative 1.
1.5. What's the area 1.5?
This is 1.
No, I'm, okay, 1.5.
Oh. Excuse me. So I'll put 1. It says 1/2.
I'm 1.
1. Here. 1/2. 1/2.
Now you're almost done. All you have to do is add 5 to both sides. Add it down here. I'll switch it. This way I'll be able to follow you when I'm doing that.
Okay. So that cancels out.
So the Y over there.
Equals
That's right.
1.
Yeah, that's gonna hang out on the rest of the problems.
Okay, it's.
Now, this is the part we gotta work.
So this would be a -1, and this is minus
Yeah, you're fine.
1. Negative 1. Okay. Negative. Or 1/2.
Or. Now, there are 2 ways to do every one of those problems. You're doing the way that the second way that I did. 2 ways to do each problem. All right, anyways, what you need to do first of all is understand the parallel and perpendicular mean. Can you tell me what the M is going to be for parallel?
1/2.
Can you tell me what the M is going to be for perpendicular?
2/1.
Negative 2 over.
Negative 2/1.
So negative 2.
Negative 2.
All right, so the way you're doing parting is you're using the point slope formula. And the way yours works is like this, y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1. This is where you throw in the point they give you.
The one,
So they have, this is the x1 and the y1 is the point given, right? So I'll replace them. Y minus 5 equals 1/2 times x minus 1. Now it says you, technically speaking here, you can leave it like that. Because I didn't say you had to put it in point slope form. You were not required to do that. So technically that answer is correct. That's correct. However, most people will go further, won't they?
okay, that's what I mean, so.
So let me keep going then. Y minus 5 equals, I'm gonna distribute the 1/2 through. I'm doing exactly what you did. Now I'm gonna add 5 to both sides. Now you used a calculator, but I think if you thought about it, you could do it in your head. If I have $5, take away $0.50, how much do I have left?
You get $5, take away half, you saying? You got, 2 cents.
I have 4.5.
You should take away $1. How about
No, 50 cents.
50 cents? Oh, I'm sorry, okay, I thought you said an ad.
$5, take away 50 cents, what do you got? $4.50. I personally, I would actually, this is like for me, I'm doing 10/2, I'm gonna do just a fraction instead of the mixed number. 10/2 minus 1/2 is positive 9/2. Use your formula to see if you can get part B.
So I got, y equal negative 2x minus 1.
5 here. This is how your first equation looks like?
Yes,
Right, so then we got y minus 5 equals negative 2x plus 2. And then, which we add 5,
add 5 to both sides.
and we get rid of, what is it?
So that's y equals, negative 2x. 2, 7.
Mhm.
Oh, plus 7.
There are a few problems in the homework, you should try them. Also, don't forget the videos. I think you should have them handy while you're doing some of the homework and study. Did you have any other questions?
No.
All right, all right.
That's some of your stuff already, so that's how I'm saying about the part. Me just back, I can borrow it. Can I borrow this Thursday?
Yeah, you can borrow it Thursday. Courtney, are you still around? I don't know if she's still around or not. Yeah, we're
Yes,
done.
I'm still here.
We're finished. Save that, and let me go ahead and stop all this stuff. Stop.